Now you are good to go. Eh?
Yes.
Proceed. Good afternoon, members of the press and honorable members present. We have a statement that I wish to read to you. My name is Nelson Zuya, the National Chairman of Jubilee Party. The Political Parties Dispute Tribunal has this afternoon delivered its judgment in appeal number E001 of 2023, which was filed following the meeting of our National Executive Committee on 10th February 2023. As you are aware, the tribunal had issued conservatory orders pending the hearing and determination of the appeal, which have now effectively been vacated by the judgment of the tribunal. The National Management Committee, NMC, has held a meeting this afternoon following the judgment of the tribunal and resolved that the party will now proceed to implement the resolutions of NEC made at the said meeting of 10 February 2023. A brief summary of those resolutions is as follows. 1. That Honorable Jeremiah Kioni, Honorable David Murade, and Mr. Kagwe Gishohi are suspended forthwith, and their cases are referred to the parties' internal dispute resolution mechanisms for further determination. The Internal Disputes Resolution Committee and the National Disciplinary Committee will be convened immediately to commence the hearing of the matters referred to them. 2. That the following NEC members will hold the following offices in acting capacity pending the outcome of the said internal disputes resolution mechanism. 1. Honorable Kanini Kega will be the acting Secretary General. 2. Honorable Rachel Nyamai will be the acting National Treasurer. 3. Honorable Adan Keinan will be the acting National Vice Chairperson. 3. His Excellency Governor Abdi Ibrahim Hassan, famously known as Guyo, is co-opted as a NEC member. 4. That Honorable Wajef Wilson Mwangi is co-opted as the acting national chairperson of the National MCA's caucus, pending the convening of the National MCA caucus. And lastly, that Honorable Mumina Bonaya will be the national chairperson of the Women's League. At this particular juncture, I would like to welcome our Secretary General, Honorable Kanini Kega, to continue from there. And may I congratulate you, Honorable Kanini Kega. Let me also congratulate Mheshimiwa Adan Keinan and Rachel Nyamai. Kindly assume your offices immediately.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you. Replacing the chair. Well, thank you, Honorable Chair, the National Chair of Jubilee Party, the entire leadership, and as you can see, we have the entire team from Jubilee, from the deputy party leaders. We have deputy party leaders here. We have members from Parliament, both in the Senate, in the National Assembly. We also have representatives of the MCAs from the various quarters. And I'm happy and I'm delighted by the proposition that I be the acting Secretary General, as it was deliberated and agreed upon on the 10th of February this year. You know very clearly that the former Secretary General, Honorable Jeremiah Kioni, went to court, and of course prematurely, without first of all dealing with the internal issues of the party, and he got a stay that he continued being in office. But we are happy today that with the pronouncement of the tribunal, those orders are now vacated and we are now in office. Honorable colleagues, I want to say that we have held also a parliamentary group meeting. As you can see, the leaders who are here and others who have also gone back to Parliament, because we still have a lot of business on the floor of the House, both in the National Assembly and in the Senate. And we have deliberated extensively on the state and well-being of our party and unanimously agreed on the following. One, that we work together as a team in order to robustly fight for the interest of our members. Two, that we will resist the mistreatment of our party in Azimio coalition, especially regarding the party house leadership and the committee membership positions for our members. Honorable members and also the member of the press, you remember that we had proposed some of our members.
Let's welcome the members.
Yeah, and we have quite a number of members who are also joining us. Honorable Samal, Honorable Gikol from Turkana. As you remember, we as Jubilee, we were entitled to a position in the Parliamentary Service Commission, and we had our propositions, but unfortunately ODM totally mistreated us and replaced our nominee with their own member of parliament. So it's very, very important for you to know that we have suffered under the hands of ODM. They have mistreated us, they have taken our positions. The other day, the Senate Whip, Honorable Fatuma Duro here, who was nominated by Jubilee to sit in the House leadership, was removed. And she was actually replaced by an ODM member. You can see the kind of mistreatment that we are getting from our friends in ODM. The other day again, Honorable Sabina Chege, a letter was written to the Speaker of the National Assembly to remove her from that only position that was given to us as the Deputy Whip. And God knows who they want to replace her with. So we have gotten a lot of mistreatment. There are many committees that we are supposed to chair as Jubilee, but unfortunately we were only given one. There are so many members here who are not in any departmental committees, yet many members of ODM and Wiper combined are in very critical departmental committees. We are saying no to this kind of mistreatment. We are not going to allow us to be mistreated, and we are going to reclaim those positions as we move forward. One, we have to claim our right to shares in the House leadership. The second one is that we have to get our committees, because we are already a parliamentary party. We are the third largest party in the country after UDA and ODM. We are the third largest, but we are being mistreated by our bigger brother, that is the ODM. We have also, as a committee, nominated, or as PG has also elected Honorable Adan Kainan, who will still continue to be the party parliamentary group secretary. 3, Honorable Samuel Arama will be the Jubilee Party National Assembly leader. Honorable Alama is here. He will be our leader there, because now we are already a parliamentary party. We have to have our own leadership in the House. Honorable Sabina Chege will be the Party National Assembly Chief Whip, and will be deputized by Honorable Sarah Korere as the Deputy Whip. 4, Senator Fatuma Dulo will be the Jubilee Party Senate leader. As I had earlier said, she occupied a position that was unlawfully removed from her. Now we are taking it back, and we are now giving her the position of the leader, our leader in the Senate. Then we have Senator Joseph Gethuku, who will be the Jubilee Party Whip. Senator Gethuku is here, will be our whip, and will be deputized by Senator James Romenen. It's unfortunate that he is not, he is a bit indisposed, but he will be joining us as the Deputy Party Whip. Further, members have addressed themselves to matters of national importance and are as follows. 1, like all Kenyans, we feel the pain arising from the high cost of living in Kenya today. We appreciate the efforts of the government and other players in addressing this national predicament. We will, on our part, do everything in our powers to ensure that the necessary legislative mechanisms are put in place so that the costs of living comes down. 9, on the issue of the presidential election of 2022, our firm position is that we have a legally elected government in office, and as such, Jubilee Party does not prescribe to the demonstrations that are being held in regard to that matter. We all went to the elections. Some of us lost. I lost in that election, but I moved on. We lost as Azimio, and there's no question about it. We lost, and I remember on that material day asking the former Secretary General how we are doing, and the former Secretary General, and I want to challenge him, he told me that we have lost with over 220,000 votes. That was on the 11th of August last year. I don't know where now it changed that after accepting that we had lost, then all of a sudden there are some whistleblowers coming, God knows where. And it's very interesting, and I know members here will attest, like in my constituency, that supposedly called whistleblower is saying that Raila Odinga had 66,000 votes, yeah, and I had 25,000 votes. So Raila had more votes than myself. And you ask yourself, is it real? So we have accepted that we have a president who is none other than His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. And we have a government in place, and it's the responsibility of every one of us to look forward and plan for 2027. In fact, for us as Jubilee, we are past the 2022 election. We are now focusing on 2027. If there are people who are looking backwards, that's their problem. For us, we are actually moving forward, and we recognize that the President of the Republic of Kenya is none other than Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Lastly, we support the establishment of the bipartisan mechanism that has been proposed to address the issues affecting the ordinary mwananchi. We, however, take great exception to the list of members that have been forwarded by the Azimio coalition, which does not have any Jubilee Party member of parliament. It's very interesting. They keep on saying that we are together, but when it comes to the critical time of nominating our members to critical positions, I started with the National Assembly. They shortchanged us. Even in that team of 7, they could not even afford to give a Jubilee member, even to sit in that. And that is the reason we are very, very thankful to the Kenya Kwanza coalition, that despite their many requests from their members, they accorded us a slot that was given to Honorable Adan Kainan. And we want to thank you, Honorable Adan Kainan, because they have looked, far and wide, and they have found the wisdom to put you in that team. And we are supporting you 100%. We know that you are capable, you have the requisite experience, and you know that you are going to stand for the interest of Kenyans and also interest of Jubilee. So with that, we want to say thank you, honorable colleagues, thank you, the members of the press, and from tomorrow, we want to assure you that we are hitting the ground. We are going to the ground to talk to our people. We are going to the ground to look for solutions. We are going to meet the MCA caucus. From tomorrow, actually tomorrow, we will have a meeting with all the MCAs from Nairobi. We have 10 MCAs from Nairobi. We are meeting them because we have had the challenges that are also in the county. For example, in Saburu, we have the majority of MCAs. Jubilee has the majority of MCAs, but somehow they are also not getting fair treatment. So we are coming to all the MCAs who were elected on our platform to make sure that you get your right to share. I want to yield this minute to our incoming Vice Chair, Honorable Adan Kainan, and I also Deputy Vice Chair, and I also want to congratulate you. I know you got what it takes to take us to the next level.
Thank you, Chairman, the acting SG, our deputy party leaders who are here, our National Assembly leader, members of Parliament, both from the Senate and the National Assembly, and other members of NEC. I think everything has been summarized. I just want to emphasize one thing. We have a country that is governed by the rule of law, and we have one of the most generous and reformist constitutions actually in the entire African continent. And for those of us who have been part and parcel of the changes, the desired changes that have taken place in this country, we will not accept few individuals who don't believe in the rule of law except when it favors them, to mislead Kenyans. The elections were held, democratically held. We all supported the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, all of us here as a party, and we lost. We were not satisfied. We went to the Supreme Court. We lost. We will not be party to this era of stone throwing, to this era of mandamando, to this era of demonstrations. We will operate within the rule of law because as a party we believe in the rule of law. Secondly, on the face of it, technically speaking, we are part of Azimio. But as history will predict, I want you to look at the faces of all the individuals, senior individuals in the Kenya Kwanza government. Look at them, start from the president. Once upon a time, he was judged by ODM. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Dr. Moses Wetangula, once upon a time, changed from being the leader of minority in the Senate. The Honorable Kingi, expelled. The Honorable Mutua, an associate. The Honorable Duale, sacked and expelled as an assistant minister. Look at the list. We will not be different. But one thing that we will not allow, times have changed. You can see the SG and the chairman have alluded to what we went through. Literally, we have been treated as not existing at all, even within parliament. All our positions, we are the third largest party. The opposition collectively were entitled to 3 commissioners in the PSC. There was an attempt to divide us. The first attempt was to say this slot will go to Kainan. The second attempt was to say it will go to Fatuma Dulo. The third attempt was to say Waluke. And in fact, the worst part of it, our brother Waluke, who had a challenge then, who was in prison, they purportedly nominated him, took a letter to his prison facility, but 2 days later, they nominated their own person. If that is not hypocrisy and inhuman, you can describe, I don't know how you can describe it. Fatuma Dula just raised the concerns of the members of Jubilee. The other day she was the whip who took her position, an ODM member. The other day, the Honorable Professor Kamar participated in a meeting. She was told she was not authorized. Her position as a Pan-African Parliament member was given to an ODM member. And even house business. The Honorable Sabina Chege, the only illegality she committed was to participate in Jubilee meetings and say she will not be party to the era of demonstration and stone throwing. A letter has been written to the Speaker to remove her. Honestly, being the third largest party, we are not going to be reduced to what I can call the sheer landers of an existing political groupings. No, we are rightfully constituted. We are the third largest party. We will campaign and demand for a rightful political space, both inside Parliament and outside Parliament. And we want to tell the Honorable Kioni, the former SG, we have no business with the Supreme Menace. We have no business, and I want him to hear this. In fact, it's a curse. It's a curse. What he's trying to pray for is anarchy, famine, hunger, and total disorder. We will not subscribe. He's alone. You must have seen this. We as Jubilee family, we are united in supporting the rule of law, in supporting fairness and justice for the people of Kenya, and will continue to demand for our rights. Finally, the issue of bipartisanship committee. It's not a privilege. Aden Kainan is the longest serving member of parliament in the 13th parliament, and is not a test tube politician. You know the test tube politicians who are created by other politicians. He's a self-made politician. Will continue to fight for his space, and therefore those who are out in the villages abusing people. I don't believe in abusing people personally, but that is not a sign of naivety. Civility is not a sign of cowardice. It's respect. We want to be respected so that we also respect other people. And therefore what we are saying in short is, we'll continue to participate. We want to thank His Excellency the President, the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya, the Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and his Kenya Kwanza team, for at least realizing that Jubilee is the third largest party in the National Assembly and giving us a slot. That slot is not the preserve of Azimio. and we do not need the opposition. We will continue to participate in issues that will hold the country together, on issues that will preserve our national unity, on issues that will continue to pave way for our democratic space. And therefore, we as Jubilee, we want to promise the Jubilee family that we'll continue to work within the rule of law, we'll continue to fight for our space, we'll continue to represent you as your elected representative or as your leaders, and wherever the national interest demands, we will associate. And right now, we want to say categorically that Jubilee will not be party to the demonstrations that have taken place. Jubilee was not party. Jubilee will not be party to the plans of any future demonstration unless it is tailor-made for the benefit of the Kenyan people. Anything that is tailor-made for an individual benefit, for God's sake. Elections come and go. Let's preserve our national unity. Let's work for the unity of the people of Kenya. And in conclusion, what I want to say is, we will work as a distinct political party, both in the Senate and the National Assembly, and will be demanding for the Parliamentary Service Commission and other parliamentary agencies to recognize the leadership as nominated by the PG and give them the same benefit that goes to the two other groupings within Parliament. Thank you so much, and we appreciate you. Thank you. Our deputy party leader, Seme kwa Kiswahili. Iko Kiswahili sanifu hapa. Yangu ni andiki.
Kwanza ningetaka kuchukua fursa hii kumpongeza katibu wetu mkuu ambaye atakayechukua ofisi wakati anangojea conference ile kubwa kongamano